Evening everyone, and let's start. First of all, I am Kirti Kumari, and so let's start our presentation. So we will know that how can we use behavioral insights to public policy. So there are 4 steps into that, and first step would be discover. In this, we will define the policy, program, or service delivery issue and develop a behavioral problem statement. First of all, we will decide that what kind of problem we want to solve. Like we can take example of women mobility issues. Like in India, we can see that in our society, which is very patriarchal, women are not allowed to go outside their home for various cultural reasons, and there are some reasons, socio-economic reasons. So like this can be a problem statement. So see what can we take the steps into that. First will be build your understanding of a policy, program, or a service delivery issue. Like we took the example of women mobility issue. So we will have an understanding about it, that what is the issue actually. The second would be the step that write a behavioral problem statement so that other people involved in the project can understand and agree on the behavior you are working together. Now you are not only the problem solver, so if there are other people involved, first you will be writing your problem statement, and then you will intimate it to the other partners of the project, the same problem solving project. Third step would be specify whose behavior is targeted and what is desired behavior and when and where desired behavior should occur. अब इसमें specify करना, you have to specify that whose behavior you are targeting. Like we took the example of women mobility issue, so we have to target the mainly behavioral issue of the women, at the same time whose under they are living. Like they are not independent beings in India like country most of the time, so we have to target that whom behavior we are going to target. The fourth step would be document and share the behavioral problem statement. Now we will diagnose the problem, understand the current behavior and its possible driver. Now like we took the example of women mobility issue, then what can be its possible drivers? Like this issues drivers would be there, so we will try to know into that what steps can be taken into there. First, research the current behavior and its possible drivers. Now we have to do a proper research about it. Like has this problem has been studied before? Like we can search through Google Scholar, or there could be some research papers over that already. Second would be identify barrier to your desired behavior. So after reading so many papers, you will be knowing that what are the barriers. Okay, so like you will have a motamati idea, like you will have a fair some idea that what are the barriers into this problem solving. Third would be the write a step-by-step theory of why the current behavior is occurring and where can you intervene to change it. Like what is the source of this problem, from where you have to intervene. The fourth will be document what you have found in the diagnosis state, including your hypothesis of behavior change. Like you after reading so many research material, you develop a hypothesis, like that can be a probability of this problem prevailing. So this process is called diagnosis state. Okay. Third main step would be design an intervention to address the behavioral problem and design an evaluation to test the intervention. What can be the actions into it? Now what we will do, we will design an intervention. Like we took example of women mobility issue, so we will see that what this actions we can take. Consider the people engaging in the behavior, including any biases, mental shortcuts or social influences which might be affecting their behavior. Like see, if women are not that much mobilized, then we have to consider that in this behavior what are the other people, those who are engaged. Like if we take example of women, like they would be living in a family where there would be male members or female members. Those would be having some sort of biases, some sort of mental pressures. Like there may be multiple reasons for this. So what are the people, those who are engaged in this behavior, underlying reason? We have to find the one person, women, who is manifesting this problem of non-mobility can have some underlying reasons which are affecting their mobility issue. So yeah, second would be consider the environment people conduct the behavior in, including the choice architecture of how options are presented to them. So we have to even trace the behavior those who are engaged into, those who are, I mean, pumping them not to go. Okay, we have just taken an example of the women mobility issue. So yeah, so how, I mean, this choice architecture is being built, we have to see it. Like all of a sudden behavior is not existing. Behavior is not something like a temporary thing, it is practiced again and again, then it becomes behavior. So we have to see that what kind of the choice architecture is affecting it. So third would be use design frameworks such as easy and wiser to design intervention that influence behavior. We have to design frameworks like easy means we have to make it accessible, we have to make it that much easy, like that should not be feel like they are being imposed upon. Like they should be given such kind of options that is not that much, I mean, that is affecting their that is affecting this issue in a very gradual manner. Like all of a sudden you cannot intervene, and they might feel intimidated that someone alien effort is being done into that. So we will have to look that what are the some soft steps we can take. Fourth will be design and evaluation to determine how the success of your intervention will be tested and measured. So now we have to evaluate to determine that how our success of intervention will be tested and measured. Like we took example of women mobility issue. So suppose we took the intervention like some weekly trips are going to be managed by the government, and for women especially, for to expose them to towns by women led drivers, where they are being encouraged for going outside without paying any money, just to expose them to the roadside. So how this step would be tested and measured, that would have to be seen. Fourth will be deliver, implement the intervention and evaluation and share the results. So now we have to test it, I mean, we have to go through iteration process. Like it may happen that an intervention we have done that may be successful or that may not be successful. So first we will test it, we will do a pilot test, then we can refine the design, then we can overall implement this intervention, then we will evaluate the intervention. There should be some yardstick to evaluate it. Now after evaluating it, we can share the evaluation research. Thank you. And I took this 4D approach from the website of Office of Prime Minister of Australia about how can we bring some behavioral aspect to the public policy.